This is the 5-pound sword mace from Fringe Sport. And this is the 7-pound mace. And this is the 10-pound mace. Originally, I was just going to get this one to review. I thought it would be a little bit much to buy all three just because they looked cool. But after using it and playing around with it for a week, I liked it so much I really regretted not getting all three, and I whined a lot about it. So about 10 days after I got this one, my wife asked me to step out to the garage, and sitting out there on my plyo box were the other two. My wife's what you'd call an enabler. First things first, I'm solidly in the demo for these. I was at the perfect age to get obsessed with the Ninja Turtles and Samurai Jack, which led me into Dragon Ball Z and Rurouni Kenshin, and Blade 1 and 2, not 3. And Kill Bill. So my need for the katana explains itself. The 7-pound Omen variant is snarfing great. The 10-pound Power variant is best wielded in a fur bikini. If you have no idea what I meant by any of that, at least you didn't have to grow up with weird feelings about an anthropomorphic cheetah woman. I'm a really big fan of what Fringe did with these. They could have just made another mace and slapped their logo on it, but they took the time to create something that was really fun and cool to have in the gym, while also being very functional. Fringe even talks about that on their page. They go into how people have been begging them for years to make maces, but with a market that's so saturated, you can buy them from all over the place. It'd just be another product on their site. But these things, man, are they fun, and each of them has a distinctly different feel. The katana is more hilt balanced, and not to get too forged in fire on you, but it definitely has an easier recovery when you pull it back when you're doing swings. The Omen sword has more of a forward balance when you're swinging it, and the Power mace is just a beast to move around. 10 pounds doesn't seem like a lot till you start moving it around. And with the way the weight's distributed, this would be my pick if you're looking for something that is closest to traditional mace movements. I haven't spent too much time with a 7-pounder yet. I want to look up some workouts that are more broadsword specific, if I can find such a thing. Now this one, I really like this one. And I'm going to out myself as a bit of a nerd here, but I know quite a few katana-based workouts. My old Taekwondo instructor was really into Kendo as well, and she taught me quite a few different katas and other workouts to do with the sword, so it fits right in. Teenage me would be extremely jealous of adult me for all those hours and nights I spent online trying to figure out how to become a sword master. That's a real thing. I did that. And you're not gonna sit there behind your screen and lie to me and tell me you didn't want to become a sword master after you saw the nightclub scene in Blade. Now, I could have sworn I saw in an email when I bought these that Fringe was going to put out some workouts to use with these, but for the life of me, I cannot find that email or the website or anything. So if they're out there or Fringe happens to see this, send me a link. I'd love to try what you've come up with. In the meantime, I'm using those old katas and those old workouts I learned when I was younger, and a website I used to use all the time before I built my gym called Derby. Derby actually had several sword-specific workouts on their site. They build a lot of really cool like hero-based workouts, and you can put in what equipment you have or what you don't have, what you want to target. They're a great resource in general. I use the katana to do the 1,000 cuts workout, and holy crap, I was wrecked in a way that I rarely get wrecked anymore. My shoulders were just toast, my core, I was sore all over the place, so I'd give that one a try if you have one of the maces. Much like a traditional mace, this thing just seems to be an all-around great tool for shoulder mobility, your core, and general coordination. After my wife got me the Power mace, I wrote a straight-up dumb workout, and after 300 swings with this thing, my shoulders were just literal fire. Like in a good way, but oh my gosh. One of my favorite things about tools like these is you can perform a lot of movements in ways that engage your shoulders without ever feeling like you're straining them or hurting them. For those of us with terrible shoulders, it's really nice to have. After you play around with them for a while and get used to the movements, you can start incorporating your whole body, incorporating footwork, getting used to rotation, and it becomes a workout that involves the whole body and works on your coordination as well. They're just really fun to have in the gym. So a couple things with these. First, like Fringe says on their site, do not hit anything with these. Honestly, if you hit somebody with these, they're not sharp, so you're not cutting anybody, but but I promise you, you're breaking whatever bone you make contact with, mass and acceleration and all that. Second, I don't think I'd hit anything with these, people or otherwise. I use my mace like a sledgehammer a lot for like tire workouts. I wouldn't do that with these. I'm not positive, but I don't think these are heat treated, so if you hit something, it's gonna bend. And with how much fun these are and how cool they are, it'd be a shame to mess them up. And you get a great workout without that. Third, mind your space. If you hit anything with one of these, you're gonna know it. So make sure you've got the space. And if you're like me and you have no shame left, the yard's a great place to use them. And hey, side benefit, it's gonna give your neighbors second thoughts about approaching you in general. Or maybe you just take it over to your neighbor's yard. He's got a little bit more space than you do. And what's he gonna do? Is he gonna come out and threaten a man with 3 feet of American design, Chinese manufactured steel? What's he gonna do, call the cops? If he calls the cops, he loses anyway, and he knows that. You also might feel a little bit silly swinging away with this thing in a t-shirt and shorts, but you know, as they say, dress for the job you want. And no, I did not go buy this for the video. I had it in my closet, I've owned it for years. Now who should buy these? They're a bit pricey. Almost every one of them's $100, or if they're still running the deal when I got them, you can buy 2 and get a third basically for free. And while they're not for everybody, sometimes you just need something that's fun in the gym. Everybody has those days where they step out into the gym and they just don't want to be there. And swinging around a matte black sword for an hour can be way more appealing than a 5x5 back squat. For me, this was a no-brainer. When they released these, I was sitting on a couple $100 of gym money just burning a hole in my pocket. So buying this first one was not even, I didn't even think about it. The other 2 were a gift from my wife. So, you know, by my logic, it'd be a slap in her face if I didn't use them. And if you can't really justify this as like a straight gym purchase, I mean, think of the idea of this for like home defense. You might only get 1 hit, but chances are that's all you really need. For me, these offer a lot of the same functional benefits as like Indian clubs and maces, but they're way more fun to use. And Fringe Sport, if you're watching this, if I could make a suggestion if you ever decide to expand the line,